FBI Director Kash Patel lost complete control when Senator Schiff's relentless questioning exposed the truth. Dodging questions about firing Trump investigation agents, Epstein files, and cabinet member names, Patel finally exploded, "You're a disgrace to this institution." This public meltdown in front of America proved every allegation about FBI politicization under Trump's revenge agenda.
That FBI employees identified as having worked on cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs. Yes or no, did you tell someone that?
I would never tell anyone at the FBI that they're being removed for basically their case assignments.
Okay, so anyone who had said that would be lying. Is that your testimony?
Anyone can say whatever they want.
No, I know, but you're saying they were a liar.
I'm telling you what I said.
Because this is in the complaint against you, Mr. Patel. So you're saying Mr. Driscoll and others are liars?
I'm not going to address the complaint and the ongoing
Okay, well then
litigation.
let me ask you, have you ever told anyone at the FBI that the FBI tried to put the president in jail and he hasn't forgotten it, and that your job depended on the removal of agents who worked on cases against the president?
No.
Did you ever tell anyone that?
No.
Okay. Did you ever tell anyone that you knew these summary firings you were undertaking were illegal, likely illegal, and that you would be sued and later deposed? Did you ever tell anyone that?
No firings at the FBI or terminations were done for anything other than justified
Did you ever
cause.
tell anyone that, Mr.
No,
Patel? Why don't you
no
answer my question?
terminations at the FBI were ever done in my tenure for anything other than failing
Did you ever
to
tell
uphold
anyone
their
that,
oath of
Mr. Patel? You willing to answer the question?
The FBI.
I guess
I
you're
have
not willing to
answered
answer the
it.
question. So let me move on. Let me
Repeatedly.
move on to the Epstein files. You said you're the most transparent FBI director in history, so I'm going to put you to the test. In 2024, you were asked by Glenn Beck about Epstein's Black Book. And you said, he asked, who has Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book? And you said, Black Book, FBI. And he said, but who? That is, I mean theirs. And you said, oh, that's under the direct control of the director of the FBI. That's what you said. Was that true, Mr. Patel?
I'll rely on you quoting it accurately. I did that a couple
Was
of
it
years
true
ago.
what you represented to Mr. Beck and the president's supporters out there, or were you lying? Was it true that the Black Book, Epstein's Black Book, was in the possession of the FBI director?
The Black Book was in the possession of the FBI.
Okay, so now that you're the FBI director, you have possession of the Black Book, right?
That index has been released.
So you have Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book?
What is known as Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book has been released by us.
And you released it. And let me follow up on Senator Kennedy's question, because he asked you, and I'll be very precise here. You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself? And you said, himself. There's no credible information, none. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And Kennedy, the information we have, again, is limited. And Senator Kennedy said, the answer is no one. And you said, for the information we have. So is it your testimony today that in all of the Epstein files, that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked no one to anyone but himself? Is that your testimony, Mr.
I never
Patel?
said Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic anyone else.
Did he traffic any young woman to someone other than himself? That was Mr. Kennedy's question,
And
Senator
I
Kennedy's
said
question.
the information that 3 administrations have had access to
I'm
have
asking
made
you-
determinations that there are no investigative leads that were credible to prosecute and investigate any others. I'm specifically
I'm asking
stating
you whether
we
it's
were
your
working on.
testimony today.
Well,
that-
you just read
that
it, and I said it
I'm-
10 minutes ago, so let the record reflect my testimony.
I just want to make sure there's no misunderstanding, because there are victims like Virginia Guifer who have testified otherwise, who have said otherwise, and you're telling the American people today that the Epstein list is a single name and it's Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we're to believe?
That's not what I'm saying. That's what you're saying, and you can say whatever you want.
Let me ask you this. When Todd Blanche went to interview Ghislaine Maxwell, she said, but did I think these guys were coming for that? I really don't. If you met Epstein, there's no way that this cast of characters, of which it's extraordinary, and some are in your cabinet, who you value as your co-workers, and you know would be with him if he was a creep or because they wanted sexual favors. A man wants sexual favors, he will find out. They didn't have to come to Epstein for that. And the next question Todd Blanche, the president's former criminal defense lawyer, asked is not who in the cabinet, who are you referring to? His question is, so when's the last time you think you were with Mr. Epstein when he got a massage? So let me ask you, who are those cabinet members that Ghislaine Maxwell was referring to that were part of this cast of characters associated with Mr. Epstein? Who are they?
The Deputy Attorney General took the aggressive step that no one else did and interviewed Miss Maxwell for
I'm
2
asking you,
days, and we released
who are
the
the cabinet
entirety
members?
of that
Who are the
transcript.
cabinet members?
I do not have that transcript in front of me. You're picking it piecemeal. The American public can read the entirety of that.
One last question, because you clearly won't tell us the cabinet members associated with Mr. Epstein. Let me ask you one last question. And that is, right after she gives this testimony in front of an FBI agent, among others, she's transferred to a minimum security prison not suitable for a sex offender like herself. Who made that decision and why?
The Bureau of Prisons.
The Bureau of Decisions made it in
Prisons.
The Bureau of Prisons decided on their own, without any consultation with Blanche or anyone else, that they were going to suddenly, after this interview, completely unrelated to this interview, completely unrelated to anything she said, move her to a prison not suitable for a sex offender. You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No. I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds?
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform.
Point of order.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said I'm the most transparent FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet before I go to Senator Tillis.
This hearing transcript reveals a shocking breakdown of institutional integrity in America. Kash Patel's explosive confrontation with Senator Schiff isn't just personal conflict, it's clear evidence of how the Trump administration has weaponized federal institutions. Patel's evasive answers about firing FBI agents are telling. By saying, no one is terminated for case assignments alone, he's creating a technical loophole that implies case assignments played a role alongside other factors. The allegations that agents who worked on Trump investigations were systematically targeted are gaining credibility. His handling of the Epstein files is even more suspicious. He previously told Glenn Beck the Black Book is under FBI director control, but now claims we have limited information. This contradiction means he either lied to the public before or is hiding facts now. Maxwell's reference to cabinet members, followed by her transfer to a lower security prison, cannot be coincidental. Patel's final meltdown is the most revealing moment. A professional FBI director should maintain composure, but screaming, "You're a disgrace to this institution," shows he's lost authority. This behavior signals how accurate the accusations really are. Patel's refusal to directly answer suggests this purge was planned and coordinated. His deflection tactics mirror someone who knows they've crossed legal lines. This politicization undermines public trust in law enforcement. When citizens can't trust the FBI to investigate impartially, the justice system collapses. Patel's attacks on Schiff reveal someone who sees the Bureau as Trump's enforcement arm. Federal institutions' independence is under siege. The FBI has transformed into a tool of political revenge. Patel's performance shows how democracy's pillars are crumbling. The broader implications extend beyond this hearing. When FBI directors attack senators during oversight, it signals breakdown of constitutional checks. Patel's behavior shows contempt for congressional authority. His transparency claims ring hollow. Releasing selected documents while stonewalling critical questions isn't transparency, it's selective disclosure to hide damaging evidence. The Epstein investigation reveals another troubling pattern. With Maxwell's testimony pointing to cabinet members, the investigation stalls, and she's moved to comfortable conditions. This isn't coincidence. It's cover-up. Most concerning is how Patel's outburst reveals the mindset driving FBI operations. His animosity toward oversight, combined with Trump loyalty above institutional integrity, creates dangerous precedent. When law enforcement becomes vendetta enforcement, justice dies. Americans deserve better than this theatrical performance. The FBI's credibility hangs in balance, and Patel's temperament suggests darker days ahead. This confrontation exposes deeper institutional rot. Patel's inability to provide straight answers about agent firings reveals systematic political targeting within federal law enforcement. His defensive posture and eventual explosion indicate someone caught in lies.